Hi, and welcome to this Future Sound bass tutorial. It's my first one here, so I hope you enjoy it. Today I'm going to be mostly talking about triads in the key of C. So I'm going to start with a C major triad, which I'll be playing on the 3rd fret of the A string. So please ignore the B string on this 5-string bass. So I'm going to start with my second finger on the 3rd fret to play a C, and my first finger on the 2nd fret of the D string to play an E, and then my little finger on the 5th fret of the D string to play a G, and that is a C major triad. And I'm finishing off with the octave with the C on the 5th fret of the G string, just to round it off. And it's really useful to know your major triad because it's a very common chord in most popular music. The second triad I'm going to show you today is the minor triad in the same key, C minor. So I'll start with a first finger this time on the 3rd fret of the A string, and then with your little finger on the same string play the 6th fret, which will be an E flat, and then your 3rd finger is already on the right fret but on the next string down, so on the D string, 5th fret the D string, to get the G, the 5th. So if you play those notes in that sequence, you'll get a C minor triad. And again, I'll play the octave to round it off. So a C minor triad. That's how you play it. And the next triad I'll show you today is the suspended triad, which is the only triad that you don't have a minor third or major third, so it's you replace that with a 4th, which in this case will be the note F. So you start with C again on the 3rd fret, and then on the same fret but the next string up, so on the D string, you play the F, which is the 4th, and then with your little finger play the G on the 5th fret. Again, I'm putting the octave there, so, and that's a suspended triad. So whenever you see that chord symbol in a piece of sheet music, or if someone's writing a song and they say they want a suspended chord, you know which notes will work. And it's the same with the major triad and the minor triad that we just looked at. Alright, now there's a couple of variations on the minor and major triads that create a brand new triad, and that's by changing the 5th or the 3rd note in the sequence. So if we get a major triad, we play the 5th a fret up, so it becomes an augmented 5th. So this G becomes a G sharp. We get what is called a augmented triad. So a C augmented triad, another way of playing it is by playing this note on the G string on the 1st fret of the G string. So this is a less common chord or triad used in most music, but it does happen, and it's a nice sound. But it's good to know what notes work when you do come across it. So that's an augmented triad in the key of C. Another way of playing it is by starting with C on the E string on the 8th fret, and then your major third on the 7th fret of the A string, and then the augmented 5th on the 6th fret of the D string, and then the octave on the 5th fret of the G string, right? So it kind of lines up nicely. So it's an easier way of playing the whole thing. So that's your augmented triad. And then the last triad I'm going to show you today is the half diminished triad, which is like the minor triad that we just had a look at, but with a flattened fifth. So you get the G and flatten it, so you play a G flat, and that's it really. So you play C on the 3rd fret of the A string, E flat on the 6th fret of the A string, and then the G flat on the 4th fret of the D string. And that's your half diminished triad. Cool, I hope these triads will help you when working on some songs.